Hi, welcome to the ActiveCount100 training video series. This tutorial applies to both the ActiveCount100 and ActiveCount100H viable samplers from Lighthouse Worldwide Solutions. Today we'll be getting familiar with the main screen, as well as learning how to view and export data records and select and edit users and locations. The ActiveCount100 has the ability to store 400 locations and 50 users, as well as store comprehensive data records to the USB memory flash drive. First, let's get familiar with the main screen. On the main screen, we have access to data records, instrument settings, and sample configurations, start and stop button, users, and locations. At the top of the main screen, we have a status bar that indicates your currently selected sample volume, icons that indicate USB memory stick presence, AC adapter presence, and battery level indicator. We have another status bar at the bottom of the screen that shows the current date and time, as well as the currently selected location name and username. At the center of the screen, we have a large countdown timer that represents the total amount of time that it will take to complete your sample, as well as two progress bars. The top progress bar indicates the current sampling step. So in our case, the first step is a 5-second delay. The second progress bar indicates the volume of air sampled so far. Before you start your sample, ensure that your location name and username is selected. To select a username, click on the User button and select your username from this list of 50 names. You can use the scroll bar to navigate up and down this list and find your name. When you find your name, highlight your name and press OK. If you need to add a new name to the list, highlight an unused name and hit the Edit button. And now you can type in a new name. You will do the same thing to select a location. Press on the Location button and select your location from this list of 400 location names. Again, you might need to scroll down to find your location name, or you can add a new location name by highlighting an unused location and changing the name. So I will call this location room C. Now we'll highlight that room and press OK. And now I have on the main screen indication that John is sampling in room C. Now I can start my sample by pressing the Start button. After a 5-second delay, my sample will start. If I want to abort the sample, I can always press the Stop button. Now that sampling is complete, the data record is automatically generated and stored onto the USB memory device. If I want to view the data record, I can take my USB memory and plug it into a computer, or I can view it directly on the main screen by going to the Data Record button. And here I have complete information about my sample record. I have the start date and the start time, the location and user, sample duration and flow duration, air volume, number of cycles, and general instrument status. Now, if we, for whatever reason, wanted to export this record to the USB stick manually, we can do that by pressing the Export button. Now, usually you will not need to do this because the ActiveCount100 automatically exports data records at the end of each sample. So let's return to the main screen by pressing the Home button. This concludes our training video on the main screen functions of the ActiveCount100 and ActiveCount100H. For more information, visit our website at www.golighthouse.com. Thank you for watching.